What up, folks? We started back again. This is Fury. We have a nice little treat for you for today. Of course, we got Tim and Josh, and also adding to the panel, Dula. What's going on, my boy? What's going on, my dude?
What's going on, man?
We're going to be talking about the NFL divisions and conference realignment. But before we do that, we have a nice little extra treat. We're going to talk about OTAs. I know we've been, talking about OTAs on the wall, in social media, a little craziness going on here and there. And you know what? I think Josh, Tim, and Dula just got to, just get it out of their chest because they've been talking about OTAs all goddamn day. And I know we have it today, but guys, get it off your chest. Just get it off now, so I don't want to hear any more about these OTAs, all right?
I wish it was just today. I wish it was. It's been like
98.
2 weeks?
I mean, listen. I would like to
today?
introduce myself first of all.
Oh,
Okay,
Lord.
I am doctor of 100% attendance in OTA. That to me is very. I know.
Dear Lord, are you kidding?
Oh, listen. Here's the thing: 100% of attendance in OTA leads to teams coming together. They work hard. It's not guaranteeing a Super Bowl. What it does is it guarantees a good team to compete for the championship. My Dallas Cowboys, 100. This is looking very good. This is why I'm wearing my NFC East 17 Division Champion shirt, because I'm here to remind y'all they did it by having 100% attendance.
You want me to go, Josh, or you? Actually, you go. You go ahead and go. I'm gonna wait on this. I got a lot to say.
Before we went live, actually, before Sean pressed that beautiful little start broadcasting that flame emoji button down at the bottom of Google Hangouts, I was telling Tim, I'm not sure what he's really expecting from his teammates showing up for 100% participation in playground day. All taking the swirly slide at the same time and pushing each other on the tire swings and giggling about what they did in the off season. What'd you do, Jason Witten? Where'd you go with your wife? You want to be pushed high on the tire swing? And then 100%. I'm sorry, didn't Mr. Zeke, Mr. Hurdle Boy, the boy that's gonna end up getting, if he keeps hurdling, he was out a few days, right? That's not 100 in my book. When I went to school, 100 meant everyone, and if he's out, that's not 100. So, Mr. Dula, I think you want to play a cleanup batter here.
Either one of you, answer me this question. What was the Cleveland Browns record last season?
Was it 1-15?
They were 1-15.
1-15.
And you know what?
55%.
They had 100% attendance at OTAs.
Oh.
And they were 1-15.
What?
They were horrible. In fact, humor me this. What was the San Francisco 49ers record last year?
Dula, you should say Batman.
Oh, was it 2-14?
Holy hell! Batman! What? Oh my God, Tim! They were in OTAs too! And they were ass! They were bad! Let's go back to what you said. You said 100% attendance at OTAs ensures teams working hard. Were they really working hard? Tell me. Were they working hard? How hard are you working if you're 2-14, 1-15? You're not working that hard.
I can explain.
I'll let you talk, Tim. I'll let you talk. It's Dula's turn to talk. Because you know what? In a way, you've driven me up the wall with this nonsense of OTAs. Let me tell you something about OTAs. Yes, they're great on paper, right? You build your camaraderie, blah, 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 blase, blase. Cool, nice. That's beautiful. But there's no actual football going on here. I don't know if you know that, but from the videos that I've seen of Lions OTAs, it's a bunch of drills, it's a bunch of pitch and catch, a little 7-on-7 to keep the spirits up. But here's the thing, here's another reason why I kind of laugh at OTAs. Tim posted a clip of Rico Gathers catching a touchdown over Byron Jones. Now, you can say what you want. I think Byron Jones is probably your best secondary player by a country mile, given what else is back there, right? It's stuff like that where people kind of reach and make silly conclusions like, oh, Rico Gathers, he's ready. Is he going to be on the team come fall? Maybe not. Yet, everyone gets a hard on about, oh my God, OTAs. Oh my God, we're looking great in OTAs. Oh my God, Super Bowl. And then they go 1-15.
See,
gives?
Here's the thing. First of all, Rico Gathers is going to be a top guy. He's going to be Jason Witten's replacement by next year. Young man showed his stuff in OTAs. Joe Gathers. Watch him. Now, as far as see, here's the thing, OTAs. Something that the Giants are going through right now with Odell Beckham Jr. holding out. Mr. Odell Beckham Jr., if you're watching 2-Minute Warning Fury, I just want to tell you, you deserve that contract. There's no way how you should be getting paid $1 million, and you're beating a guy like Josh Norman who's making $17 million, and you are the 44th highest paid.
Still under contract.
Yeah. On the 66th highest paid wide receiver all around. That is an embarrassment. That is so disgusting. You know what? Here's the thing. There's no way how a sneaker deal gives you more money and care about you more than your own team. Now, hey, I'm a Dallas Cowboy fan, Mr. Beckham Jr., and I'm going to tell you this. We would appreciate you. We would treat you with loyalty. You know, leadership like Des Bryant, Dak Prescott, Witten, Ezekiel Elliott. Look at those guys. We are, you know what? You fit our team, Mr. Beckham Jr. We will make you even better than what you are.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna ask the same question I always ask. Who from his draft class has been extended at this point?
Well, as of right now, I get mad at Mr. Dr. Dilla. As I'm looking right now, my Palm Pilot. Give it about 24. Give it to by June, July.
In June.
August. Excuse me, August.
Okay, August.
The first day of training camp. Zach Martin. Deal. He should be the highest paid guard betting.
Yeah, that wasn't my question. My question is, who from his class currently, as of today, as of 8/18 on the East Coast, would that be 5/18 Pacific? Who from that 2014 draft class has been extended? Who?
They are waiting for the guys to get released.
All right, sounds
so
good.
No one. So the answer is no one. No one's gotten extended.
Let's dive into the actual topic tonight. Let's get this going because I kind of want to. If we're gonna beef about this. We're gonna talk about potential NFL realignment with the divisions or possibly even inside the own conferences too. So just to break it down a little bit, since the AFL-NFL merger back in 1970, most of the divisions have been pretty much the same. I mean, the East, Cowboys, Giants, Eagles, Redskins, they've all been together. Same with Duels Conference. You got the Bears, Lions, Packers, Vikings all together. Especially the AFC East, they've been intact, minus the Baltimore Colts way back when. So it's interesting because you will have the people argue about, obviously, the historical, the past 40-somewhat years. And then they're going to talk about the rivalries, obviously. But in my opinion, I'm surprised the NFL hasn't done this sooner because it speaks money. And obviously, we all know the owners, whenever they meet up, they're all about money. Money talks in their book. So just talking about possible division realignments, like taking the Giants and putting them in the East and taking the Dolphins out, that's just a small example of taking out so many road trips for the fans going to Dallas and whatnot when they can just travel over there, and it's about a 1 hour, 2 hour trip. And that's not only money for the NFL, saving money on trips, players, commodities, whatnot, but it's also putting a strive and maybe a passion into fans wanting to go to more games, especially on the road. And that's what the NFL has been striving to do for a long time now, is fill the butts in the actual stadium seats, because the home game experience at home, it's just so much better now with the flat screen sound bars. You got it all here now. So going to actual games, it's like, hey, you got to entice me somehow, Goodell. So Tim and Dula, how would you feel about, I even saw somewhere posted that they talked about a conference realignment where they would almost do an NBA, NHL style thing where they would merge, for example, like in the AFC, the East and the North, and then they would do the same with the West and the South. So you'd basically have 8 teams, 2 8-team conferences within that AFC. And then they would work with the same seeding, but it would be basically, the teams are more lined up. So it would kind of fodder out more of the bottom seeded teams to where it's less possible for a team that goes like 7 and 9 still to make the playoffs or even potentially host a damn home field playoff game. So how do you guys feel about that? Do you feel it's potentially going to happen, and do you like it or do you not like it? What's your thoughts?
Like it, man. I'm tired. It's to me, it's not fair. Like, I'm sorry, Patriots fans won't like me today, but you guys are fortunate to go to a team like the AFC East where you had the coach there before the 2002 merger, and if the coach at least would have been a team to compete with the Patriots for that division. Now the coach now, ever since they left that division, the Dolphins, Jets, and Bills has been trash. And I'm sorry to say. So the level of competition there is no good. Then you got you have teams like also in the NFC East. There was a rumor saying the Dallas Cowboys was a team that was going to be moved out and go somewhere, but because they kept the rivalry there, they loved the rivalry between the Redskins, Giants, and the Skins, and a lot of money, a lot of fans enjoyed it. You see how the network is. They loved it. They moved the Cardinals out, okay, and they moved the Cardinals the NFC West. So listen, I think it's a good idea for a change. It gives at least, if they do the NBA style, it's 8 teams to go in the playoffs, and at least, like you said, Josh, 7 to 19 can fairly make it. I think they should go for that. It gives everybody more of a chance.
All right. Here's the thing. You said you want to go 8 teams. 8 teams, so there'd be what? That'd be 2 8-team divisions in the conference. From a scheduling standpoint, that's going to be kind of a nightmare. Because you have to play the other 7 teams.
Plus, you can factor in that the NFL might be gearing more towards an 18-game season.
Right.
So potentially, yeah, I was thinking, I don't know how that would work if the NFL would make them face their, obviously every team in their own little division, that 8-team division once, that's 7 games, and then they would have to face the other, or would they, stay within that conference and face the teams out of the other 8, or would it go to the next, 16, and then they would have to cycle that somehow every year?
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it in college football where, due to additions to conferences, they end up breaking them in half, and then the Big Ten has done it. The Pac-12 has done it. Plenty of conferences do it. I see the argument for the playoffs, though. I mean, if it were 2 8 teams, basically winning the division would become harder and probably much more meaningful. Seeding-wise, you only have 2 division winners per conference, and then you would fill in the other slots, kind of the same way you do now with the wild cards. I actually went through and I kind of had a thought. The thing is, when I'm thinking of realigning divisions, it's more so on geography, right? You want to minimize travel. I love the AFC. I mean, everyone loves the NFC East. Problem is, Dallas is in the East. Dallas is in Texas. It's not really the East. Like, the travel that they have to do, depending on the way the schedule falls, can be cumbersome, right? Same thing for the teams, New York Giants. I mean, playing the Eagles, that's not a far shot. DC's not a far shot, but Dallas is a hike. I'm going to pitch a proposal. Here's my proposal, right? And in this proposal, I flipped a few teams from the AFC to the NFC. reason being is I know we got traditional rivalries and all, but the game has become much more globalized now. So, for example, I could put Dallas in any division, and there'll be a draw. You can put Green Bay in any division, they're going to be a draw. The Giants are going to be a draw. It doesn't matter what division you really put some of these teams in. Some of these lower teams, some of these smaller markets like your Jacksonvilles of the world, where it might matter what division they're in. So let's see. If I were to realign the NFC, the new NFC East would be the Giants, Jets, Eagles, Patriots.
Oh, you put the Eagles in there. Okay. A lot of I've seen people leave the Bills in there still. Basically just swap Giants and Dolphins.
Yeah.
So Dudley, you making a 5-team division?
No, just 4. So
4 still.
Patriots, Jets, Giants, Eagles.
No Bills?
No, they'll stay in the AFC. They'll stay in the AFC North.
Okay.
The NFC North would be Green Bay, Minnesota, Chicago, Indianapolis.
Right. Yeah.
And I would move Detroit to the AFC, which you'll see in a second.
Okay.
The new NFC South would be Tennessee, New Orleans, Houston, Dallas.
Yep.
Tennessee.
Texans and Dallas would develop a rivalry. Yep.
I don't like that.
Then the new NFC West would become Seattle, the LA Chargers, the 49ers, and the Las Vegas Raiders.
Raiders.
I ain't gonna call them the Oakland Raiders because they leaving. So they don't get that anymore.
Bye, Felicia.
So in the AFC North, I would have
see what you're doing with your Lions now.
I would have Detroit, Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Buffalo.
I thought you were gonna put the Bengals in there still. Oh, okay.
No, because what I'm gonna do is with the Bengals, my new AFC East is gonna be Cincinnati, Washington, Baltimore, Carolina.
And Panthers. Yep. Okay. I see what
The
you're
new
doing there.
South. The new South would be those 3 Florida teams: Miami, Tampa Bay, Jacksonville, and Atlanta.
Yep.
And finally, the AFC West would become the Cardinals, Broncos, Chiefs, and the LA Rams.
Right.
That's more or less to minimize travel. I think people aren't going to like it because it's going to break up a lot of rivalries.
Well, if my boys go to the AFC South with the Texans, New Orleans, and Tennessee, honestly, I'll be happy. I'll be very happy.
As it stands right now, that would be a fairly competitive division.
Yeah.
Not completely, but it would make for some interesting matchups.
Yeah, 100%
I'm waiting for this whole. I'm interested in the whole Dallas Houston. Houston's, them being an expansion team in a new division. I mean, this would kind of bring some history to them. Right?
Yeah, but you know what? But not only that, though, it will bring excitement. For instance, I'm tired of the schedule when Cowboys versus Giants week 1. I mean, my God, I know that's gonna probably be the most watched Sunday night football game, but we're tired. How about let's play when the team is up to par. Everything is good. We've seen each other. Basically, we now the players are getting warm playing the season. Week 1 is you can't really look at last year's tape or video unless you're gonna maybe look at a player what kind of technique they use. Mm-hmm. So week 1 is always the hardest. But the good thing is if you're home, okay, you're good. All right, but we get tired, and I think the commissioner, it'll be. Listen, your realignment that you just named, I like it. It's a change. For teams for fans to look forward to going towards the new season. We'll be in different places, different areas, new rivalries. It builds up something brand new. It's tiring.
Well, I think also, I think also too it brings new meaning. So, for example, as it stands right now, the Cowboys play the Giants twice a year every year, right?
Right.
Here now, you'd have to wait for the rotation to happen for you
Right.
to draw the Giants. So I think if you play them once every 4 years, it makes the game a lot more meaningful now. Because it's not like, so if you lose, you got to wait 4 years before you see them again.
Right.
Or however long the rotation
because
before you see them again.
for instance, Patriot fans, since the realignment, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 15 titles in a row. Excuse me, 15 titles. The only team in 2008 was the Miami Dolphins who won the division. Down with the injury.
Right.
Against so it's like when people say the Patriots, okay, look at that division. And I'll stick with it. If the Patriots was in the NFC East, they would not win 15 titles. It won't happen because the NFC East, we beat each other up. The Patriots play to halftime. So now, how about the Colts? The Colts left the AFC East and went over to the South. Jacksonville, the Texans, and who else? And the Titans.
Yeah.
Wow. So it was bad. Is some of these divisions are not that good. They're not that good. Organizations are not driven to build up a team that fast. They take their time. They live by the draft. And, all kind of stuff like that. And meanwhile, that one team is still winning the division. Back and forth. Look at Seattle. Seattle came from the AFC. If Seattle was in the AFC now, with the Steelers, with the Patriots playing, with the who else? With the Miami Dolphins, good teams. I don't know. I don't think so. They fought to play with the Rams, the 49ers.
They did beat the Patriots, though. Just saying.
Yeah, but in a regular game, but we're talking about the Seahawks. What they used to be at? The Seahawks used to be with the Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, and Raiders back in the days. Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, and Raiders. Seahawks to win that division? No, they wouldn't. Seattle would not win that division with the Broncos, Chiefs, Raiders at all. Oh, and the Chargers. Escaped a good division and went to a crappy one. It's bad. Now, the Buccaneers, they went to more of a competitive division because they were the Saints, Falcons, Panthers. But before, they was with the North.
Right.
Detroit, Minnesota, Chicago. That's, to me, that division is still competitive every year. But some of these teams, they left good division and went out to crappy ones. And now that they win division almost every year, thanks for the realignment. I think it needs to change to bring more competition.
Right. And I saw this example. It was through CBS. This was back in 2015 when they actually talked about this. This was back when the South was completely abysmal. At the time, the freaking division was being led by the Colts and the Jaguars. Or I'm sorry, the Colts and the Texans at 3-5, followed by the Jaguars at 2-5, and the Titans were 1-6. So, it's like you're sitting there midway through the season like, holy, one of these teams are going to end up getting a playoff spot or potentially even having a home playoff game. So what they came up with was this scenario where it would kind of be like a riff of the NHL format, which has its drawbacks, but it's also accomplishing the goal of eliminating bad teams from worst division from playoff contention without punishing the better teams in each conference. So they suggested in this scenario, if you merge the East and the North divisions and the South and West divisions of each conference to make up 4 divisions, 2 in each conference, you would solve that problem. And here's how the playoff seeding process would work. I could try to print this out because right now, unfortunately, my minicam isn't working. I got to figure out what that is with Google Hangout and not processing it right. So let me try to line this up for you guys. Let me try to see if I can get this going right here. See if this will focus for you guys. Just give that a second here. It'll focus. This is what they're proposing, though, basically. This is the East and the North merged with the South and the West. And what they're proposing is basically you're doing the same type of seating here. Come on, focus again for me, you little bastard. But they're basically having right here, hold on a second. What they got is New England is basically, got the 1 seed at 7-0, along with Cincinnati, who's at the 2 seed at 7-0 as well. Let me see if I just give me like 30 more seconds. Let's see this. Come on. Focus for me, bitch.
The New York Jets having anything by them is a big mistake, by the way. But
But that's basically what they're proposing here is the East and the North, they would have the 8 teams. So it's basically New England, Cincinnati had the 2 seed. Then Denver had a 3 seed in the Southwest area at 7-0 as well. Oakland had the 4 right below them at 4-3. And then 5 and 6 went to the Jets in Pittsburgh currently at those records. But that's what it's doing. It's eliminating those teams like Buffalo at 3-4 and Kansas City, Indy at 3-5, and even the worst teams in those divisions. So that's what they were proposing. So, I mean, that's one way to look at it, too, if you wanted to talk about it that way. The 2 top teams in each division are the division winners and get home field advantage for the first round. And then in this scenario, the top 2 teams overall in each conference still get a first-round bye. This is not division-dependent, but conference-dependent. So the 2 teams with the best record in the conference outside of those 4 are the wild card teams, keeping the same format that we use currently in the NFL. So that was another toss-up to talk about. I like it for the sake of, obviously, when you get to the playoffs, you're not going to have a team where on wild card weekend, it's like, here we go. The 7-9 Panthers are going against, the number 1 seed, over here in the Green Bay or whatever. So it's kind of like a snooze fest. That's one reason that I kind of like this format. Other than that, I don't like the crazy shift in the NFL going from 4 in each conference to just 2 in each conference. That's almost like a 180 in the league. I don't think they should go the NBA NHL format. I think they should keep still the 4 divisions like you guys have been talking about. But still, it's interesting to talk about the geographical location because the NFL has been having this issue for quite some time now. Even the past 5 years, they've really been bringing it up, enticing. How the hell do we get fans in the seats? How do we get them out here in the stadium? These HD TVs, these plasma screens, these freaking Microsoft, I swear they're going to come out with something in the future very soon with virtual headsets. I'm seeing it now where you can just pull up your fantasy team, do something like a Star Trek dude where you just click a button and all of a sudden you see like Marshawn Lynch projected in that huge hologram wall over there showing his stats and showing your fantasy squad and all this crazy crap. And it's like, what am I going to go to the freaking stadium for? I got this whole setup at home. I'm cozy. I got my Tostitos scoops. What do I want to go to, So the geographical location is a great argument for the NFL owners and teams because like I said earlier, you talk about cutting down flights, hotel commodities that far away, I don't know, rentals, it's just overall fans with how far they have to go. You talk about the East having to go to Dallas, every year if you want to go to a Dallas game. It eliminates a lot of those, and I guess that's just one way to look at that too. So
I agree with that part where me as a big Cowboy fan, I would go to I go to the Giants stadium to watch the game. So now if the Cowboys was to go to another division, I have to travel over there. Where everybody, every fan will have to travel now. So yeah, you're right. Counting out the hotels and all that stuff matters because now you gotta look at damn, I gotta travel this far to X, Y, and Z. I get that. It's the thing is, I just feel when I keep seeing the team like the Patriots and Seahawks, good teams, but no competition in them divisions, and that's only because those other teams they don't build. They be building. The Jets right now, and Trisha, I know you're watching. I know you keep saying 10-6, but
sometimes that's the interesting thing to think about, though, Tim. It's just like destiny. You can always. It's hard, It's a fantasy type of thing to think about. Maybe who's to say the Patriots aren't so damn good? Belichick isn't so damn insanely just mastermindful that he got so into the heads of these GMs and owners in the division that they just had to make some crazy, we got to go for this guy, we got to trade for this guy, and they've just been nerve-wracking type moves that it's all based on how do we beat the Patriots, because they're the team. If we can beat the Patriots, we can beat any team in the NFL. Let's say 10, 15 years ago, let's put the Giants and hey, you can even put the Cowboys in the AFC East if you want to with the Patriots. Who's to say the Patriots wouldn't be whooping both our asses for the past 15 years because Belichick is that damn good? And due to that, and because of how many times we've been having our asses whooped the past almost 2 decades, we wouldn't be maybe getting the same exact stupid kind of blustery draft picks and kind of blockbuster trades and just anything we could thought we were going to instantly make our team better, especially for the long haul. It's interesting to think about, because of course we're going to sit here and be like, nah, my team wouldn't be that dumb. Obviously we're better than that. We're a better organization, hardware, look at it. But maybe that's because of where we play. The NFC East is very competitive too. Don't get me wrong. You could argue, you can go back in the Almanac record book and talk about, we have the combined, all four of us have the best record since 1970, whatever. But it's situational. You could have, who knows where we would have been if we were in the AFC East 15 years ago or something. That's maybe the Jets are bad because the Patriots are that damn good. Who knows?
No. Well, see, here's my thing. The reason why the Jets are that bad is because there's no football blood in that owner. He's that's the owner who does the baby powder stuff, Johnson Powder. Okay, he has to understand, in order for you to build, you have to stick with somebody, not keep changing them like underwears. Same thing the Buffalo Bills. They very cheap. Those are the teams that they're afraid to spend money and bring somebody in. Now, when it comes to
but you could argue the Sammy Watkins trade up. Sorry to cut you off. Just that they spent a lot on Sammy.
I mean, like Cowboys and Giants. Here's the difference: we don't stand still. We build our team right. I could point out a few times right now where no disrespect, Patriots fans. But the Giants team owned the Patriots in the past couple of years in the Super Bowl and during the season. Giants had went to their house. What was that tight end's name that he played like 2 or 3 games and took over? Competition. The 49ers, when they had Colin Kaepernick, 2002, they scored 45 points against the Patriots. Okay, my Dallas Cowboys, when Romo was down, and this is Greg Hardy's first game, we shut them out for a whole half. But what that tells me is that we are the type of team that is a 60-minute football team that will go head-to-head, banging and clanging with the best there is. The Patriots don't see that type of banging and clanging in that division. They see blowouts by halftime. That division is like Charmin's tissue. If you want to have a new tissue commercial, AFC East, so soft, you wipe your ass, it won't.
Yeah, I mean, the AFC East, again, it boils right back down to the Patriots, man. It's just like they're so damn good. I think every owner has been testifying how their coach does. They basically assess their job at the end of the season, probably based on how did you do against the Patriots? How did you fare against Bill Belichick? And that's, they've had a high rate of, you could talk about just the Jets alone, GM and head coach turnaround. Same with the Bills. Rex Ryan was even over there as well. I mean, that alone, I hate the fact that the Jets and Bills shared a head coach almost, I hate whenever teams do that. It's just kind of like going with a sloppy seconds, because it didn't work over there, come over to our side type of thing. Like, get out of the division at least if you're going to go teach, coach another team. But
listen. Yeah, it's bad, John. Again, I get what you're saying. I'm not taking credit for
because nobody's been as good as the Patriots. It's hard to compare any other division because we don't have anything else to be like, well, look at this team. They've been just as good, and these teams aren't that terrible. And there isn't any other damn team like the Patriots, and we don't have another division really to compare like the Dolphins, Jets, and Bills to. And I think they all really do kind of panic. I think there's bad GM and ownership because of it's like, we need to win now. What the hell? We can't beat Bill and Tom.
I tell you this: if you put the Patriots in the AFC West with the Raiders, with the Chargers, and the Broncos, they won't win the division every year. The same I feel goes for you go to the AFC North with the Steelers and with the Steelers and Bengals and Ravens, because again, especially that division is hardcore football, 60-minute football. The Patriots don't feel that type of. What was it? 2 years ago, the Philadelphia Eagles, they went over to New England and they was throwing Brady around like a rag doll with that blitz. I mean, that's what it's about. With the NFC East, you may beat us, but you're gonna go down beating us. You're not gonna feel like, damn, yo, they really gave it to us. You're not gonna feel like, oh, they halftime, put Garoppolo in, let him get one, then put percent in the fourth quarter like a preseason game.
Right.
That's the difference. The Seattle Seahawks, and I know Sean's looking down like, oh, please don't pick on the Seahawks. I'm gonna pick on you, Seahawks, Sean, because
looking down.
Hiding. They were in the AFC hiding with the Broncos, with the Chargers, with the. Do you think offense K over there? If you think Richard Sherman is getting beat by better receivers in the NFC, he'll be getting killed over there in that division.
Right.
The Rams, the 49ers, Mike, the Cardinals. The Cardinals right now, they're limping. They're limping. But here's the thing. The Seahawks don't build so great either. They built it through the draft and got, it was their time, the right time. They can't keep everybody. Soon enough, the wings will start falling off of them, and other teams may come up. But again, I give it another division. I put the Patriots in the NFC North with Green Bay, Detroit Lions, Minnesota Vikings. That's a good in the Chicago Bears. The AFC East is just, oh God.
Let me
I wish the coach was.
Let me pitch this realignment here. For the NFC East, what we would do is take Dallas out and put Pittsburgh in, the Steelers. And then what we would do is move Dallas over to the NFC South, where it's the Houston Texans, it's the Saints, and it's Titans. Pretty much leave the NFC North alone. The NFC West is fine. Over in the AFC East, we're going to take the Dolphins out, and we're going to put the Ravens in there, actually. And then for the AFC
Baltimore
North,
in the AFC East?
Yeah, Baltimore with New England, Bills, and the Jets.
I would love it. Let me tell you something. I would love it. You know why? Competition. Baltimore Ravens is a good AFC team. They will bring the heat to New England. They have. And again, Baltimore with a GM like Ozzie Newsome, who loves to build, and he players. That's what New England Patriots need. They need another team who's just like them. They like to build. They don't believe in that. Okay, if you don't take this 1-15 team and make them 10-6, you're fired in 1 year. 1 year. I mean, it's like it's Vince McMahon from WWE running that Jets team. Wait, you're fired in 1 season. It's like, come on. This year, we all know the Jets are going to be the top 3 pick in the draft. Maybe top 3, top 5. And the coach may get fired, and it wasn't happening. You're gonna get a whole new staff. We're gonna rebuild. If you don't get a good record in 2 years, you're fired. It's every freaking year.
Before we end the show, I think we can wrap up. So almost sort of on time. Tim, how do you overall? Couple questions. I guess it's kind of like a double question here. Would you be for the division realignment like we've been talking about? And 2, do you think it's actually going to happen soon?
I will be in for the realignment. And 2, put it past it, because the way the NFL is moving now with we seeing unexpectedly the Raiders now, the Las Vegas Raiders, and you have the Chargers now going to LA. I know there was talks with Jerry Jones mentioning a San Antonio team. So all it takes is one city to get a new team, and bam, you got a realignment. You got to make changes. And maybe they add in 2 teams, and that'll be something great. San Antonio will definitely be a good look to add in. And you know what? I give this.
Yeah, because in '95, Jaguars and Panthers both came in at the same time.
Well, I give another city. They'll talk about New Mexico.
Yeah, or the UK. We're trying to expand in London.
Exactly. So all it takes is a couple of teams who want to come in, and boom, you get a whole new realignment. And it'll be brand new. I'll be all up for it. It'll be something different to look forward to. Some rivalries I know they want to keep because of the money. Hey, you want to make some new ones too at that. Listen, I know Fogman's watching the show, and I'm sorry, I don't think his Eagles should have been the NFC East. That's the only. I mean, you know what, Josh? The Cowboys, Giants, and Redskins, we carry that division. The Eagles are the only one that haven't won a championship. They garbage.
Yeah, it's interesting because we've all been together since the '70s. Even since I wasn't even a thought yet. So it is interesting to pose that question. It's interesting to think about because people will argue it. I'm sure you're one that wants to probably keep it intact a little bit, but you're probably going to change at the same time.
We got a little bit.
Yeah, because I feel kind of the same way. Like you said, we're talking about even 2 teams coming in. NFL's trying to expand, obviously, money, whatever they can do. So, yeah, a Mexico team, even possibly a London team back in '95. Yeah, Jaguars, Panthers both came in. And then a year later, first season in the NFL for the Baltimore Ravens. And then in 2002, that's when the Texans came in. So within the span of 7 years, it was 3 new teams in the league. It seems like so long ago, but just thinking about the year, like 2002, damn, that was kind of like it's crazy, man. These years are flying, but I think it's very possible. I think it is going to happen, to be honest with you, because again, money. It talks. The owners love it. They're going to be for it. So I think on top of a division realignment potentially happening soon, I think they're also going to foster in an 18-game season into the league. Some way, somehow.
And I'm actually for it.
Listen,
you know what? The Seahawks need better competitiveness to get their
their
asses because they've been struggling with the O-line, and it seemed like they say,
Oh, okay. I thought you were on the little troll side there. I thought we need competition in the West. Sean was like,
their asses because I think they're slacking off on the O-line because they think that in our division. We can slack off in the O-line, and that was a worse decision. To be honest, we don't need what's his name right now? Damn it, brain for Jimmy Graham. Right now, Jimmy Graham is like why we need him. We could have kept our center. If we had our center right now.
Yeah, that sucks.
With what we build right now, we would have been a much better team. Jimmy Graham was not, and I think because our easy division made us blindsided to make that stupid trade, if you ask me.
Well, you know what, too, Sean? I'll tell you this. In my opinion, the team that everybody's saying Arizona Cardinals to watch out for. I'm gonna say the Rams. Just I know they got a young quarterback, but they go into that 3-4 defense. And here's the thing about 3-4 defense: when you want a guy like Russell Wilson who's small, and you don't have a good offensive line, you don't know where that blitz is coming from. It's a lot of reading. And, I'm not saying Russ can handle it, but fine when it comes to that blitz. And that's I feel what you're saying.
But Tim, here's the thing with the Rams. The Rams had good defense for a long time. It's not like they're now building a good defense. Something about the Rams, they just don't know how to put it together. But they always beat the Seahawks. They will have a horrible.
They're switching to a new D though.
Horrible season, but yet they will still beat the Seahawks twice. I don't know why.
They're gonna have a lot to learn. They're gonna have a lot to learn now with Wade Phillips' playbook on defense now for the Rams.
Yeah, listen. See, here's the thing. That's the thing about it. Now, with the Seahawks, with the AFC West, NFC West, excuse me. Now you're going to see that level of competition rise because the Rams, they getting better. The Cardinals is like on the way out with Palmer and Fitzgerald, but them other two teams, they're getting better and better by drafting well. And now just the experience. Now with the Seahawks, the thing is now they had their great run for the championships, but money talks. You can't keep everybody.
Nah, but they have 2 years. They have 2 more years. Oh, well, this season and next season. After that, it's going to be.
I agree with you. I agree with you. And see, with the Patriots, because of the lack of Bill from the Jets, the Buffalo Bills is pretty good right now. But the Patriots stay intact for years. And guess what? They don't have a big payroll giving anybody. That's how bad. I recall a game where the Patriots started 4 different wide receivers in that year. And these are guys you never heard of. But they can do it because how bad that division was. It's like in the NFC East, if somebody major goes down, trades. Listen, we'll give you a draft pick. I got the Giants next week. I got the Eagles. We got that crazy stretch right now. That's why I feel I can't. If the realignment happens, I can't wait because I want to see those good teams in those bad division get better competition. And let's see how. And it's stuff in the organization. What type of organization are you? Are you the type? Are you the type that you stay content, or are you the type that you go after the best you can get? It's the same thing. Like look at the Philadelphia Eagles. For years, the Eagles still content. They still stay. They still. Now you got a guy like Howie Roseman. That man is running out, willing and dealing to move up in the draft. I'll trade you this pick with this draft pick. So now you give me your draft pick so I can move up. Let me sign Alshon for $10 million for 1 year. Sign Torrey Smith. Now he got Jordan Mav. You got Nelson Aguilar. The man don't stay still. And that's good for the division. Why? Because here's the thing. You're getting better like everybody. Look at the New York Giants. I mean, I'll trash on the Giants. I'll troll on them, but I'm going to keep it real. when Brandon Marshall goes there, there's not a bone in my body that say, shit. Because now, although Beckham Jr., you got Sterling, you got that guy Ingram. Now, Ingram hasn't played yet, but when you look at it, with Odell Beckham Jr. doing this, then you got worried about that. You worried about that. Worried about that. That's a lot of fucking. So in that division, my Dallas Cowboys got better. The Redskins got better. So respect. It's gonna be a banging and clanging year for the NFC East. But guess what? Now here's the thing. By the time it's like a fight. We're gonna all beat each other up, bloody nose and everything. While a team like the Patriots or the Seahawks are like this. You ready to play? We've been done with our fight. Yeah. We're going to come in there limping up a storm. Yo, y'all ready? Because, again, the level of competition in them division is not good. That's why I'm all up for a change and a realignment. It's just not good. The Atlanta Falcons will not repeat. They're not going to repeat. Why? Better. The Buccaneers got better. Carolina so-and-so. But guess what? They're going to make it very hard for them. The Patriots will repeat. The Patriots will repeat again. Listen.
At least in the East, yeah, I think we all know that.
Yeah, Tom Brady could right now, and they could Robert play the rest of the season, and they still get a great record.
I believe it. They did it with Matt Castle, and he's garbage.
Yeah, Brady went down. Matt Castle goes 11-5.
Yep.
That's a wild card team. Jesus Christ. Miami Dolphins. Wow. That's how bad is it?
It's pretty much all I got. Yeah.
Yeah, we talk about protesting and kneeling. I think that division needs to all the team need to protest and start kneeling down. Please get them out of here. Please get them out of here. It is time. Please. Let them protest. Yeah, it's that's how I'm all up for the realignment. It needs change. I would definitely miss the rivalry with if we was if the NFC was getting broken up, because it's fun. I give it as fun, but my whole thing is, damn, we gotta beat each other up, and I gotta just.
I hear you.
Got clean.
Yeah, that part would suck just because it's been a long time, but we can still talk. You know, we're still in the same area. We can,
hey, how you doing?
Yeah.
It's another goodbye. See you later.
There you go. Exactly.
See you later. See you later.
Well, I mean, that being said, I mean, is there anything else that we need to talk about? I mean,
this early, nothing really. I mean, the only thing set in stone this early is we're going to be having our Fury Fantasy on August 30th again this year. We're going to be doing the live draft. That was a lot of fun last year. All of us get on here and just have a good old time on the ESPN live draft and kind of make that live and give you in-depth views. So we'll be doing that again. But other than that, Tim, you got anything for us?
Yes, and I got a lot to say right here. It is very important to have 100% attendance, all right, at OTA. It's very important. I'm telling you that right now. It's very important. 100% attendance.
It's not here to
see.
We're gonna leave it at that. We don't
make it stop my ears.
Yes, we already had that discussion. Thank you, Tim. Thank you, Tim. On that note, guys, thank you for joining us. We'll see you guys again next week. Sorry, I'm to open up the caller, but you know what? You guys will have a chance to call in next time around. And that being said, see you guys later. No doubt.
Golden State tonight, baby. Golden State winning tonight.
What happened to that team?
Blank LeBron James. I said it. I'm out.
3-0.